episode 434 of the TheFaisonViewPodcast. We are now live. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to our platform. Let's get it. Let's go. I got Wifey back in the building.
What's good, y'all?
What's up, baby? What's up? What's new? What's going on?
What's new? What's going on? I don't know. What's new?
Well, we here to find out. We here to find out. I got as you know, when she comes on, I got a couples edition, or I got some true or false responses. We're gonna get some answers out of her. Okay, it's been a while since she graced face on the TheFaisonViewPodcast, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. If you have not followed our lovely wife before, her is at Lovely Mo,
Lovely Moo.
Mo.
It's Moo.
It's Moo. It's okay.
It's
Lovely Moo. What's your name?
Mo.
So why is it Moo?
I don't know.
You don't even go by Moo.
Because it's Lovely Mo.
Yeah, exactly. She talking about some Moo. It just says Mo with extra O's. But make sure you guys type into the content. Make sure you guys type into the content. We on episode 434. Close the doors. Shut the doors right now. Shut them. Everybody going, give me that money before you get out of here. You know where we starting with. Marvin Sapp instructing his congregation and then instructing his ushers to close and shut the doors as he asks for money from the congregation. First,
that's crazy.
I just want to say first, if you're holding people hostage and you closing doors, that is a charge.
Okay, but wait. Did he say y'all? Oh, what? Yes.
You have a kidnapping charge.
Y'all can't leave until. So never mind.
You got a hostage charge. You holding people against their will.
Yeah.
That's not what we here in church for. That's not what we here for. I didn't hear throughout all these clips. I didn't hear a reason why he needed the money. I didn't hear anything but him demanding money, $20. Y'all got it. Y'all got the 20. And then he said, "Look here. If you on the stage with me, you should have seen the faces. It costs to be up here. $100 each. $100.
Bro, he's tripping.
What are we talking about?
That's crazy.
And honestly, this is why unfortunately churches get looked at a certain way as far as corruption, especially mega churches, because it's a lot of corruption within that. Like a lot of the things shouldn't be money driven. This is based off of our worship, our word. You know what I'm saying? We're here for the word. We're here to be one with God. And also, we understand that the church may need resources. That is a fact. Mm-hmm. But how you present that is important as well, too. And also, my offering is my offering. When you put a certain dollar amount on my offering, now that becomes a problem. Because if you telling me that you about to shut the doors on me because I don't have what you want, it's going to be a lot of sinning going on. And it's unfortunate because it's going to be in the house of the Lord, but it's going to be a lot of sinning going on. In the clips, I'm surprised I didn't hear anybody, tussling or going back and forth with what he said. And then also, it made it crazy too, because he not only asked them for the money, he said, "Oh no, I need everybody, 1,000 people up here. I need to come see you. Even if you got Cash App, you better scan your phone or something."
He was like, "Your phone better touch the bowl.
We want you to have $20, nothing less."
He said, "If you watching online, I want to see it come."
Yeah, so it's the tone. He was demanding. We didn't hear about no renovations. We didn't hear what they were doing to the lighting. They was
behind on rent.
Yeah, we ain't know they behind on rent.
Yes.
This joint reminded me of the First Sunday. If y'all ever seen First Sunday out there, of course, the basis of it, will a man rob God? And a lot of times nowadays in these mega churches, and it's unfortunate, in the pastors and a lot of leadership roles in the church, they take advantage. Just like we say in a lot of different professions that have power with, like, whether it be a police officer, whether it be a pastor, you have a lot of people that every single time overuse their power or position. Mm-hmm. We see it so often, and it opens eyes too. You don't want to start pocket watching, but it opens eyes too when people look up and they're going to start looking up Marvin Sapp net worth. That's exactly what people start doing.
It's like $5 million.
It's like so. It's like what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Never would have made it. He saw the best in me. Bro, I really can't believe he did that. I really can't believe it's him. I would have never seen him like doing something like that. But I feel like it has to be something regular in the church because nobody was tripping out. Everybody was just like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, everybody was giggling.
Taking out their money. Why y'all got that much cash in y'all pocket anyway?
And then he was comparing the $20.
But then he took cash out of his pocket. This man put out a water cash, like flipping through.
Come on now.
Getting his little
that's not what church is about, bro. That's not what church is about. And honestly, in a lot of churches that need renovations or that need help as a church, because at the end of the day, this is a building. It needs renovation. It needs stuff done to it. And yes, we may need help funding the building, but it's how you word, it's how you present stuff. You have churches that present it and like, okay, this is what we need for the month. But they're not sitting here saying, you have to pay this. You have to pay this.
Yeah.
Whenever the offering is coming around, it's genuine. It's authentic. It's what you want to contribute to. It's not, oh, you're going to give the church this certain amount or else. Or I'm going to shut and close these doors on you. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking? This gets, and it's unfortunate, but like I don't know what they got going on in their church, so I don't want to speculate. But you do have in certain situations where these situations could be like cult vibes, you know, like as in control to a mass of people. Now it takes away from God. Now we put it on your ego and your personal ego and how you want to lead certain people. You're not. You know, you have a lot of people that talk. It's unfortunate you do have pastors that abuse their power, that send you threats through that messaging. Miss Betty, we seen you didn't slide that $10 in there for the last 3 weeks, but it's okay. We still love you. I mean, God, like you're just going to give away from my information. Lord have mercy. Yes, we had an amazing time last weekend. I didn't see a lot of your faces there last time. Look here, we are not in the house of Lord to pass judgment. That's what it is. How you gonna tell people what they got and what they need to offer? Oh, I know what y'all got in y'all pockets. 1,000 of y'all. Yeah, I know times are different, but $20 can be paid. Oh no. Oh no! Nah, the funniest part to me is when you seen people in the background when he said it costs to be up here $100. Cuz was in the back like, let me get off the stage.
No, for real, it costs to be on here. Up here is diabolical.
Oh, I just don't. I honestly, I just don't be knowing what to make of these situations. It'd be unfortunate because you do see a lot of times now where in these mega churches certain things go on behind closed doors. And I just would hate to see that people. I hate to see that people use the church to do something negative, in regards to the church, in regards to their own personal ego or their personal funds. A lot of people be trying to mask what they're doing behind the scenes in these professions. I don't like it. I don't like it. You have anything else to say about this before we move further?
She would have grabbed me and been like, girl, let's go.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, as soon as I walked to the door,
I wouldn't have wanted to be in church with you.
As soon as I walked to the door and he said close the doors and the ushers just standing right there, like I said, matters will be taken to other hands, because it would have been a problem. Because now you're holding me against my will, and then also telling me, I would have been fast to get a lawsuit. Like what? Like. And then, in a sense, if they didn't release you, it becomes not just kidnapping or hostages. It becomes a robbery now, because now you ask me for a certain amount of money, and I ain't give you this money. That man said you better have them cash apps, the Venmos. I don't care what you got ready. Scan the code, money. I don't care. I want to see everybody's face up this junk, and you guys gonna donate, boy. Not once in his apology either, because he spoke after. Not once did he say what the reason was for. He said we blew it out of proportion as a whole. No, you blew it out of proportion. And this time you got one of these young people that started recording you, because it looks like this is something that he probably does often. Until somebody said, "Oh, hold up, I'm about to go viral because what is he talking about, boy?" Somebody got that zoom in right up on him because it went viral for a reason. Somebody in there that was recording felt this was outrageous. And guess what? I think he raised that 40K. I think he raised that 40K. Yeah, he probably did. He probably did. And then now, because he's even more known, because the media platforms talking about him, now you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna be looking into the church. So that means.
And Marvin Sapp already.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but in today's world, good or bad publicity is good publicity. Yeah. So now whatever scheme he had in play, it worked. Cause now we talking about him. See Breezy. All right, See Breezy just released, all right, that it will be a stadium tour, the Breezy Bowl featuring Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller. I don't often go to concerts. I'm not a huge concert goer. I'm going to Chris Brown concert. I'm going to this concert. You talking about Bryson Tiller, Summer Walker. Then if you just seen the tour that Chris Brown was just on previously, as immensely talented he is, he shows you he's going to give you bang for your buck as far as a performance. I would love to see Chris Brown perform, Summer Walker, Bryson Tiller, and it's more my vibe. The R&B vibe, this is going to be fire. The classes he can play, the new songs that he can play. Just with a Chris Brown performance, like you're really going to get your money's worth. A lot of these people that perform nowadays in concert, the mic don't even be on. The mic don't be on. They just be going up there to get their tour money and get off the stage. With Chris Brown, you actually going to get a full blown performance full of dancers. Man, it's gonna be that's gonna be lit. And stadium tour. Stadium.
I'm just not into Chris Brown.
Stadium. I know, and Mo is an anomaly because you talking about Chris Brown, one of the greatest of all time. It's not a lot of women out here that don't like Chris Brown, especially music. Yeah, but it's just like you prefer a certain palette of music, and that's cool. That's why I said even if, say for instance, that Chris Brown's not your favorite, you have Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller and their music. This is going to be a great showing. As soon as this joint going to say, I'm gonna see what they talking about because this is going to be one of them ones. Stadium tour is different. Now this tells you're a different level of superstar and celebrity and performer when you talking about stadiums. Stadiums are 50 to 90,000, or about 50 to 90,000. You filling them seats. Yeah. Stadium is different talk right now. He's not have any problem selling these tickets. Sure. Not any problem. I think he could just headline alone and just go on tour alone. He was just doing an international tour himself and selling out. This joint is gonna be crazy. From Summer Walker's music to Bryson Tiller, then Chris Brown. I'm excited to hear what he will do as far as like the songs. He has so many songs. I don't even know how does he go to his younger ages to his adolescence to where he is now. It's gonna be a dope show. Everybody's gonna be out there. Everybody's gonna be out there, jump. For real. I don't know. He got so much music to play. I have no clue. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
August 8th, Washington, D.C. I feel like the best locations that he's going to perform at and best stadiums, I think it's going to be D.C. It's going to be Houston. I think those two. Wait till the stadium. So this is going to be at FedEx. Oh, FedEx. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is different. This is a stadium. Yeah. This joint going to be like Broccoli City. This going to go crazy. So I'm excited for this, and we having a game. But no, actually, before we get to that, what is an artist you would like to see in concert and why? Who is an artist that you never seen in concert that you would like to see? Who you never seen in concert that you would like to see?
I've barely seen her, but
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Legacy act. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Justin Bieber.
I would like to go to one of the concerts where he actually I love his voice. Like it's not even all about his performance. Mm-hmm. His performance is cool, but like when he really get into his music, when he's performing, like I would like to see him.
Justin Bieber, that's definitely good one.
My other artist I would like to see is Drake. I've never seen Drake.
Oh yeah, okay, yep.
I definitely want to see Drake.
Yeah, those are two good artists, both legacy acts too, and their music, like their catalog, is amazing. That's why you love to go to these shows because it's like what you want to hear something of nostalgic from them, and then if you like you said, both of them are good performers. Um, that I haven't seen and why I would say I've seen a good amount of artists in concert, so I don't know who I would want to see.
I want to see Queen again.
I might honestly, I might want to see somebody in the neo soul. I want to see Erica Badu.
I would like to see Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox, that's another one I would love to see. Ari Lennox, Erica Badu. Um, I'm trying to think of like legacy acts or like people that I just think that would be that make for good performance because you have a lot of people that may be legacy acts and they may be great, but they might not be the best performers. And you have that a lot of times. Ari Lennox and Erica Badu are on the top of my list. Trying to think of anybody else, but those two specifically. Oh, and J. Cole. J. Cole. I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go to the Dreamville Fest. I never seen him perform, so it is kind of unfortunate because soon he's talking retirement. So after his next album, so hopefully he still does a tour or does things like that because his Dreamville Fest is coming up in the beginning of August. I mean, beginning of April. Yep. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's ask more of these scathing questions. We have a true or false rapid response. True or false rapid response. Most of these responses are either is kind of opinionated, subjective, but it's really just I'm throwing out there some rapid questions and just having her answer. We can go over the answer, and I can give my 2 cents on the answer as well too. So let's start at the top. True or false rapid question response. Money can't buy happiness. True or false?
False.
Why? Why do you have false?
Because money makes you happy.
So
if I didn't have money, I wouldn't be happy.
Mo Gator,
like what?
This the most straightforward.
For real, because okay, like not saying you gotta be rich, but like money in general, yes. Like how you gonna be happy? I'm not gonna be happy homeless on the street with no money.
That's a good point too.
Like some people might be able to, but for me, money buys happiness.
I say true. Money can't buy happiness because just because you have money, money can equate to more problems, and
but it can.
It can bring happiness. So it's like it's opinionated because a lot of people that be like, oh, it can't bring happiness, and like you said, be in a situation where if without money, then how can you even be happy? But
I think, it has to do with how your life is already going. Like with or with, like some people are just not going to be happy with or without money due to life circumstances.
Or due to how they are as people.
Right, but like without thinking of all of that, with money alone, money buys happiness.
Yeah, it really it may be so cliche, but it's still a tough question for me because when it's all said and done, what do you really value in life? That's what it really comes down to. I think it's a lot of things that in my life that come before money, but I would still want to have money to be happy. But like for instance, my family, my morals, the things I stand on, like a lot of those things hold value more than money. But it is a but.
About money alone, though.
Right. If you think about money alone,
outside circumstances.
yeah, because if you honestly, if we like to your point, financial freedom is a lot. So if you have financial, if you're financial free, it takes a lot of stress off of your life. It doesn't, but it just depends on the type of person you are. You're right because you can have all the money in the world, but if you're living in misery, then you're just gonna be miserable. Mm-hmm. So I get what you're saying. It's tough. All right. Next, true or false? It doesn't matter who is the head of the household. True or false? It doesn't matter who the head of the household is. Expound.
Because it's 2025. Why a man gotta be the head of the household? A woman can be the head of the household.
Yeah, I say a lot of times we fall too much on tradition.
On what gender roles you have within your home.
Yep, I was about to say it. I say too much times we fall on tradition, but however you govern your house, how the structure of your house is, and how your partner is, I think you should flow with that. I don't think we necessarily believe in that because we both are. We're both leaders in our household. We're both alphas in our household, and it's not to say that somebody has to be submissive in the household. No, we both carry responsibilities in our relationship. So as far as our household, it's not like necessarily we talk about the man being the head or you being the head. We govern our household how we see fit,
Right.
and what works for us.
Also, like in some homes, the men are the stay-at-home dads, and the women go to work
Mm-hmm.
and provide for the family. But if that works for them, that works for them. Like some women don't want to be home all day
Mm-hmm.
and take care of the kids. Like some men don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just depends.
And also, what I would say too, no matter who is the provider or not, that doesn't. I still don't equate that with anybody being in the head of the household. Just because, like, say if you're more of the provider than another, I don't think that just means the head of the household. Because
Well, also you have to incorporate responsibilities and stuff like that.
correct, that's what I'm saying. So if y'all hold the same amount of responsibilities and somebody makes more than the other, that doesn't mean okay just because they make more that they're the head of the household.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? If y'all have shared responsibilities, y'all have shared responsibilities. You know. So I get that as well too. All right. True or false? Having a college degree holds value today.
True.
I think true too. I think true.
Makes things easy, like easier. Like there's other things you can do. Like for example, let's say you wanted to be a content creator. Like yes, you will be very successful. You can be very
Mm-hmm.
successful from that. But it's also by chance. For one, you have to put a lot of hard work and dedication, like outside of like regular working hours that
Mm-hmm.
like other like normal people do. It just takes a lot more like grinding and like hard work and
Mm-hmm.
dedication. Which like if that's what you want to do, that's amazing. But I do think having a college degree can make your life a lot easier. For one, you always have a backup plan. Like even if you are successful with like doing whatever you're doing, like you have a business or a content creator or something. But like later in life when you get older, like you got something to fall back on, and it makes things easier because I feel like jobs will like hire you faster. Okay, like let's say me and you are gonna go apply for a job, right? The same position.
Mm-hmm.
But one of us doesn't have a college degree. Like the job is not gonna look at the person without a college degree. Even if you may be better at the job than
Mm-hmm.
I am, I
Mm-hmm.
have a college degree. So they're gonna automatically just be like, okay,
Correct.
that person gets the job.
In totality, I think it grants you more opportunities.
Yeah, and you make more money. Like the
Yeah.
higher degree you have,
Mm-hmm.
you automatically get more money, even in the same position.
And then in today's society, you need something of leverage at this point because you have a lot of people, like you just said, fighting for the same jobs and opportunities. But how you hold leverage is what you have on your resume. And if you have a college degree on your resume, it's going to hold value today. In a lot of spaces, it's it's very rare that you have people. It happens. The networking jobs in which you networked and you got know a person to get in a job. It happens, but that's seldom.
Yeah.
That's the small percentage that gets talked about. But in the other side of things, you have people, 95% of people that are fighting for these same positions. And what's going to matter is the level of degrees that you have. What's on your resume? So I think a college degree is always going to hold value.
Yeah.
We're not saying that you solely need it to be successful, but it holds value because even if you have a vocational or trade school, you have something that backs, that's something that can be on your resume that's going to back your performance when you go and walk into these rooms and you're trying to get a job and trying to get these new opportunities. I think a college degree is always going to hold value because it's going to bring more opportunities than you would just have if you solely had a GED. So it's important, even if it's not just college or people need to consider community college. People need to consider vocational schools, trade schools, things that's going to bring value to them in the long run. You know, without that, it becomes harder. And what social media does, it shows you through a lens of where you think it's easy, but you don't see that person's grind. You don't see that content creator working 24/7 to become who they became. Yeah. That's the kind of thing as well, too, that's get misconstrued, because you see the content creators, you see the streamers, all that. You see them becoming successful. You didn't see the grind before. Mm-hmm. So, true or false, drinking is more dangerous than smoking. I don't know. It depends. That's tough. I think true, because you have more examples of deaths leading that are led by drinking. But if you go through the stats, because you got cigarettes, you have bad health problems from smoking too. I just know that on surface, from what I know, I would say true, because you have a lot of DUI accidents, you have a lot of drunk driving accidents that we see more often than we see somebody that's smoking a cigarette dying, even though it can lead to death too.
I mean, yeah. I don't know, because when I was working in the hospital, I had patients who died from drinking and smoking, mm-hmm. and we used to do research and stuff like that on it, but drinking causes liver failure, especially if you excessively drink. Remember, I worked in a detox unit in the hospital, and going through DTs is a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. When they would come there, to try to get clean, that whole first 24 to 48 hours was detrimental. It was life or death. They could die. We actually had one patient who did die, but. Yeah, I don't know, because also when I was in school, we saw we'll evaluate lungs, mm-hmm. Smoker lungs, them things was damaged as I don't know what, and you can die from smoking, mm-hmm. You get a hole in your lung, you can get stuff wrong with your esophagus. So I don't know, both are bad. I can't even give a true or false.
Right, both are bad. Especially like you just said, the amount that you do and continuously do,
and what you're smoking,
and which you're smoking, and then
how you're smoking it.
Correct. Yep. So it's a lot of factors in that too. True or false? Marriage should come before a child. True or false? Marriage should come before a child.
First marriage, then a child.
Yep. Mm-hmm. True or false?
I mean.
It's tough. That's tough. For the most part, I would say true. But I can't. I can't govern anybody's, idea of, first of all, marriage and their perception on having children before marriage, because like I said, especially nowadays, a lot of us don't go by tradition. I think it should, because you should set a foundation and a structure for that child coming into the world. But I don't think it's a right or wrong way of doing it. But I don't know.
I mean, yes. But it could also be if you force marriage before a child. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That might be, it could just be something that's forced. That's not your person. And that person, that could be a toxic relationship for the child. So mm-hmm. It just depends on the relationship.
Yep. I don't know either, because she dodged that one good, y'all. She dodged that one good. True or false? Orange juice is better than apple juice. True or false?
Apple juice is better than orange juice. Mm-mm. I don't know why you like orange juice.
I'm team orange juice. Team orange juice.
Give me apple juice any day.
Team orange juice. Orange juice just tastes better. I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's acidic.
But you have a lot of different orange juices as well. I like orange juice with no pulp.
Yeah, it's
still
acidic.
That is.
The pulp just takes out the clumps.
Apple juice can make for a smoother drink, but orange juice is just refreshing to me. You know what I'm saying? A morning with orange juice, bro. Apple juice will make you go to the bathroom quick. You never heard of that? You never heard that apple juice makes you go to the bathroom? Yes, it does. Apple juice will run through your system. Chat, y'all let us know which.
People say give it to babies if their stomach is hurting, but
apple juice run through your system.
I don't know. I'd rather have some apple juice than orange juice.
I got orange juice over apple juice. So you for that one. You said false. True or false? Personality comes before looks.
True.
Go ahead, expound.
When I look at people, I don't look at them for their looks. It's all about personality.
Yeah, because you can always be a crappy. You can always be a crappy person and have amazing looks. It goes like that often as well. A lot of times the people that look good come with baggage.
No.
For sure. That's why I say true to this. Personality does come. Personality does come before looks. You have a lot of people that look a certain way and has a certain persona, but you meet them as people, they are the worst type of people. That is a fact. I've been through it a million times where you see somebody that looks good that doesn't matter. That doesn't hold value about who you are as a person, because you can be the worst person and you can look good. I think that happens a lot. For sure. You don't think a lot of people that walk around here that look good, that put makeup on, that do all these things to have a good outward appearance and then show up and be a crappy person?
No.
You don't think that's often?
No, not often. I think it can happen.
Oh, you think? Oh, okay. So you think that's a rarity thing that happens? I think that happens a lot. I think we see it. I think we see it a lot in mass media and the things that we consume a lot. On these TV shows, on these movies, you always have that person who may look good. They be like, oh well, who's a catch, and then until you start to get to know them, they the worst type of person. Oh no, absolutely. Think true. All right, true or false? Women are bad drivers.
False.
True.
Men are bad.
True.
It just depends on who
True. Women in totality are bad drivers, bro.
That's so sexy.
Lord, how is it? Don't start throwing names out there, cause I get you, Mo. Not on this platform. Don't start throwing names out there. How? Because we saying women are bad drivers. Yes. Women call men dogs all day long. All day long. And right, like you said, it can be. What I know that's almost a fact is women are bad drivers. Every time I've been in an accident, I say 9 out of 10 times it's been a woman.
A truck hit me 2 weeks ago and it was a man.
Like, boy, oh boy. Mo not the best driver either, so I don't know what's even. I don't even know what. You didn't take the advice. That's what it tells me. It tells me that you didn't take the advice. Tried to teach y'all to parallel park, guys. Y'all, she was rolling over the cones. I said, oh Lord, this might be bad. Especially the woman who be in the big trucks, be in the Expedition, the Escalade, swerving through the. Nope, absolutely not. To me, that's to me. That's my truth. You said false. That's my truth. I think so. True or false? Loyalty over respect.
Respect.
So it's false for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
Because you can be loyal or disrespectful, and I'm not going like that.
So,
like, okay, let's say you was disrespectful to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you was abusive, you hit me,
mm-hmm.
you just called me a B word, but you was loyal and only did that to me, but you wasn't outside with other girls.
Okay. But that's like, you put that very, you put specifics on that, like, you put criteria onto that.
No, but I'm saying, like, that's what respect is, and that's what loyalty is.
I feel like it's tough because I feel like you don't get one without the other. I feel like loyalty and respect go hand in hand in my.
Some people disrespect their wives, but they're like, that's the only one that they're with. Like, they don't entertain other females.
But loyalty, I feel like, it's tough because I feel like you can be, like, I feel like you should grant a lot of people respect when you first meet them. So I get what you're saying, like, but you can have a lot of people have sense of loyalty to somebody and don't respect them. So it's weird as well too. Like to your point, I might lean to false as well too, because I may not demand you be loyal to me, but I demand you respect me. You feel me? So I get that as well too. I may say false on that because you don't have to be loyal to me, but you going to respect me. Like, you going to respect me. I'm going to demand that respect no matter what. So I think that to how you put it on criteria, but I do think that is false. I don't think loyalty is over respect. Yeah. I'd rather be respected than somebody be loyal to me. Because you honestly, if they what's it called? If they don't respect you, how do you expect them to be loyal to you? Yeah. So that's true. True or false? Jail is only the answer. Yeah, jail is the answer for any criminals. So true or false? Jail is the answer for any criminals.
False.
Why?
Because sometimes they need to be like in a mental health institution. Jail's not going to fix the problem.
I agree with you too. I feel like a lot of criminals, they need rehabilitation, and putting them.
Figuring out the why.
Yes.
But the why behind that.
Now see, it become murky waters when if the act is murder, if the act is the R word, if the act is some type of assault. Now that becomes different for me.
Yeah, but
because if you R-word somebody, oh no, you deserve to be in jail. I don't care what we talking about, because you're holding somebody against their will and doing something like that to them. Oh no, it's not gonna be. I understand it may be a mental state, but guess what? That action causes for jail.
Yeah, no, that's different.
Not, but that's why I said not. I agree with you. I feel like false. Because you have a lot of people that are in the jail system that need help mentally. You know, that they do need help mentally, and their crime or what they did doesn't match their personality or match who they are. Yeah. But that's why I say it becomes murky waters when you talk about what the actual charge is. Now,
also got,
it's tough.
Who murdered people because they were abused. So
But does that excuse the action? It doesn't. It doesn't excuse the action. If the action is the action, if you make a choice to do a certain thing, okay.
I decided to do something to fix that.
So you're saying like if somebody abused you and then okay, yeah.
Or let's say I grew up with crazy, you hear all the time kids who grew up with crazy parents, their parents abused them, just trash talked them, wasn't nice to them, or that girl who mom lied and made her seem like she was sick and she really wasn't. So got her boyfriend to kill her mom. That you in those instances you need to go to some sort of mental rehabilitation center, but.
And then you have stuff that, and to your point, you have stuff that feels like is justifiable. For example, you had a preschool teacher, and her husband was essaying the kids and doing bad things to the kids, and she ended up murdering her husband. Yeah. And it's like, dag, I mean, yeah, she murdered her husband, but does she deserve jail time for that? That's
think about it, she had a traumatic experience,
right?
So she needs to go to a mental rehabilitation center.
Right.
For that trauma to figure out various coping strategies. Not jail. Jail's not going to do nothing. Correct. She's still going to be traumatized, and she murdered her husband, which makes more traumatization. And then
ask a genuine human being, if somebody's touching your kids or touching kids that you are having a daycare center or whatever the case may be, you're gonna react in a certain type of way. Yeah. You feel me? You're gonna react. That's a human response. All right. True or false? Malls are not what they once were.
Sure.
I completely agree. True.
But I used to be in the malls every other week.
A mall used to be a social outing, the spot. You can't go to the mall nowadays. First of all, a lot of malls are questionable because you don't even know what's about to go down.
Right. A shooting.
Yep. A stabbing. It's like traumatic to go to a mall now.
Yeah.
You feel me? You hear so many stories about somebody getting harmed in the malls, like dang.
Even the malls that we've been to, Columbia had a shooting.
Tyson's
had
stabbing, shootings. You know what I'm saying? Like
St. Charles,
right,
had a shooting.
malls like Tyson's that you can be deemed as like one of the best malls we have. It doesn't matter. Violence, violence is everywhere.
Yes.
But and then also we talk about the product and what's out there in the malls. It's different. Like everything that's in the mall, I can get off the internet. I can get it sent to me in a day or two or the same day. So it's like, it
When we were younger, we didn't like it wasn't access to like online shopping how it is now.
yes, that changed the game.
Yeah.
That changed the game. A lot of the online shopping it took away from the malls. Mm-hmm. I remember malls used to be the place. All right, last question for you. True or false? Technology will destroy our society moving forward.
True.
I think absolutely true. Absolutely true. We so tied into our phones, we get caught up in our phones as if it's reality, and it's not. It causes you to continue to look down when you're not looking up and you're not seeing anything in regards to the real life. Yeah. And like we just said about the malls, about how technology took away from the malls, it's taken away from a lot of our regular day things, and just human being stuff. Communicating, simplest things is form of communication. Going out, talking, public speaking, it takes away from a lot. And then now you have Chat GPT that can do anything and everything for you. Look, it can do anything and everything for you. And it's like how are we going to elevate as a community, as a society, if we have technology doing everything for us? Mm-hmm. You become handicapped in that.
Allowing people to be able to communicate through not even having to come face to face.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. What they want to get across.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. All right, let's move forward. With your life on the line, you can only make one call. Who do you trust to answer the phone? You can only make one call. Your life is on the line. If they don't answer this call, it is over. My father is the most. My father is the most reliable I can, for sure, rely on to pick up the phone just for this one call.
My dad would call back 20 minutes later, if that, an hour later.
The same thing for my mom. We'll just be playing phone tag. I'm not saying she doesn't always answer the phone, but we play phone tag. My father would answer the phone for sure.
Well, he don't answer his phone, so.
I wouldn't be. I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't be the reliable person on the other end. I'll be surprised if anybody say me.
It would never be you.
Cause I don't answer the phone consistently. I call back instantly. But like, yes, answer the phone consistently because I'm doing so much. And then sometimes I have my phone vibrate. That's where the problem comes because I may not hear it. But yeah, I'll be surprised if anybody pick me. But for me personally, I have my father because I know that he's going to 9 times out of 10 answer the phone. There's been so many situations where I called a lot of different family members, and he was the one to answer the phone. So I give him his credit in that. Recently, United Airlines, they had to make a U-turn 2 hours into the flight after pilot forgets passport. Passengers awarded $15 in meal vouchers. Now, I know you lying.
They was going to another country.
I know you lying.
And they made it to LA and had to
what are we talking about? I want my whole flight refunded.
Yeah.
Refunded, and I'm flying for free.
And I think they had to get off and reboard.
Yeah, see, that's on the pilot.
Yeah, but then after they was talking about the $15 meal vouchers, they said that they got other things they didn't tell us.
Oh well, them other things that look, I don't care. I would need to have my flight refunded, right, and get all my money back for that flight.
Also, what's $15 going to do?
Like, what are we talking about?
Like, a meal is $30.
Easily.
Like,
you can't. Water $7.
Right. Facts though.
What are we talking about?
Like, what is that going to do?
$15 in the airport, bro. What?
Crazy.
$15.
Should have been given free food on the plane on the 2-hour trip.
Facts.
They should have provided all of them with food. They did, like, of course, redo their plane, like, for them to get back to where they was going. They should have got a free plane ticket for another flight after that. Like,
yeah, what are we talking about? What's going on with the airlines?
How you forget your passport as a pilot?
That what? Like, bro, I don't even trust you flying me no more.
Right, but also, like, don't they have a checklist? Like, nobody checks.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Passport, like,
that's true. I like, yeah, and that the perfect question.
And also,
perfect question.
Just like, oh.
Yeah, I forgot my passport, and I'm flying a bunch of people out of the country, lives that I have on the line, and I'm thinking about my passport, and I gotta turn around. You gonna give me a $15 meal voucher?
I had to jump the pilot.
What?
Why would you do that to
Bro, we need another pilot. Then we gotta reboard the plane. Oh, you gonna pay me for my time? You gonna pay me for my time? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Yes, y'all, another amazing episode of the TheFaisonViewPodcast. Y'all let me know. If y'all want Mo on the podcast more. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's been a joy having her here. I see a lot of y'all interacting in the chat. It's good to have a woman up here in the chat. I mean, a woman up here on the podcast, especially it being my woman. But it adds for good conversation because a lot of our views, as you see, our views don't align. That's why I love having her on, because we don't agree to everything. That's kind of what makes us good as a couple, because we like yin and yang. You know, we feed off each other. We're kind of polar opposites in certain ways, but it makes for a better conversation. But another amazing episode of the Face on You Podcast, episode 434. Make sure you tap in, like, share, subscribe. If you follow, I will follow back. Yes, sir. We out.